Hey guys, what's up? It's Garrett with Techmate. So 2.5 years ago, right after my senior year of high school, I picked up the early 2014 model MacBook Air 13-inch with a 256 gig SSD. Now I picked the Air because I wanted something that was thin, light, and had a good battery life for being in class all day. And I opted out of the Pro because at the time, with the discount, I got the MacBook Air 13-inch for right at $1,000 after tax. Now, I didn't plan on using anything that would require any more power, so I've used it pretty much every day since then, from Netflix to taking notes. Now, this model includes a 1.4 gigahertz Core i5 with 4 gigs of DDR3 RAM and integrated graphics. And the battery in it is a 7,150 milliamp hour battery. It handles everyday tasks without a hitch and even handles larger programs pretty easily. I did all my video editing on iMovie at first, and I used Lightroom, and I played a few games on Steam from time to time. Now, it did get hot during those times, but only a few times did I ever really encounter any lag or FPS drop. And the battery life was and is phenomenal. It really depends on how you use it and your brightness, but normally I can get around 8 to 9 hours out of it, and when it was brand new that was more like 10 to 11 hours. Now this depends because I really don't have a normal typical day, because from day to day I'll do something different, so it's really hard to get a grasp on it, but I can get it off the charger in the morning and be fine until I go to bed. The screen is my least favorite part. And one of the reasons I would have paid extra for the Pro was the screen. With a 1440 by 900, it's not terrible on a 13-inch display, but when you're sitting next to someone in class or anywhere that has the Pro, it really makes you reconsider your choice. Another thing that really bothers me is the silver bezels. I found them to be much more distracting than the black bezels. So right after I got it, I found a company who made black bezel stickers. However, if it does bother you, you'll probably end up getting used to it, as I did. Aside from that, the display has really good viewing angles and is very bright. Now next on the list is the keyboard and the touchpad. Now the keyboard for me is fine and I have no complaints. However, I'm not the pickiest person when it comes to keyboard. I'm sure there are people out there who don't like it, but I've typed a lot on it for class and I love it. I really have no problems with it. Now, it's of course not a mechanical keyboard, which I prefer to use, but I'm perfectly fine with using a membrane keyboard. Now, the backlight for the keyboard is super handy at night, but really can help save battery if you turn it off during the day. Now, the brightness range of the backlighting is pretty broad, so it really lets you dial it in to what you like. Now, the touchpad was and is my favorite part of the MacBook. The gestures become second nature and really allow you to use it to its full potential. Nothing drives me up a wall like seeing someone not using their gestures on their MacBook. It really allows you to be much more efficient in everyday tasks, from switching from application to application or switching to your other screen. It really just speeds things up. I found no need to use a mouse. I have the Apple mouse, but I prefer not to use it with my MacBook. Now to the outside, the ports. On the left-hand side, you have the MagSafe 2, USB 3.0, and a 3.5mm headphone jack. Now, the MagSafe, in my opinion, was the best charger for laptops. It saved my laptops from getting yanked off a desk or table many of times. Plus, it was super easy to plug in at night because as long as you got it close, the magnets would take it right there. Now, on the right side, you have a Thunderbolt port, one USB 3.0, and a card reader. There isn't much else to say about the ports because they work, and I'm really sad to see them go in the new MacBook Pros as well as the MacBook. Last but not least, the build. Like all Apple products, the build and quality is great. The all-aluminum body is really simple, but it looks great and it feels great. Now, it's handled 2 drops that I'm not proud of. However, one was in a sleeve, and it's only ended up with 1 dented corner and some scratches on the back. So overall, I really love this computer, and I'm really glad I got it. It's held up so well after 2.5 years, and still runs like it's brand new. That's just something you're going to get in an Apple laptop that you may not get in another laptop. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and if you did, hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe, and we will catch you all in the next one.